Soldiers in 11.11/1918 looking at their watches. Just 3 more minutes before they can leave those goddamn trenches. A soothsayer telling Caligula he will be an emperor, just as he will be able to cross the sea while riding on his horse. Caligula actually doing that. Promptly leave your pissed-off rival's castle after accepting his surrender. Stay longer and risk assassination to bang said rival's super-hot auntie. Dueling because someone insulted your hat. Dueling because someone has maybe more game on his estate. Dueling to decide which flower decoration to use. Dueling for 19 years because you were disinvited to a party. People who believe Nazis were actual socialists because it is in the name when they find out about lying. Weebs. No samurai would beat knights since they occasionally had guns. Knights. Spanish colonization of America according to eyewitnesses. Spanish colonizations of America according to Spanish historians. You do not have to like the history, but you have to accept it happened. People nowadays. Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire, historians. Ruling with her husband as co-empress. Taking the throne after the death of her husband. Leading an invasion against her husband, forcing him to abdicate and becoming regent. Leading a coup d'etat against her husband, killing him and crowning herself empress. No one. Native Americans after being displaced by the US government. Haha, it is named Istanbul, not Constantinople. Its name comes from the Greek phrase to the city, King Kamehameha the Great. The 2 guys who nearly killed him with a fish paddle. The US and Soviets when you ask them who launched the first man-made object into space. Could you not ask me to annex you for 5 minutes? POV. Your loan payment is late. Medieval and Renaissance banks, modern banks, Israel, Soviet Union, Arabic states. Israel after making the leader of a terrorist organization their prime minister. Wanna see me do it again? Monarchs when they draw out a losing war until the opposing monarch dies and gets succeeded by an incompetent pacifist. You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me. Your Wehrmacht soldiers conquer Paris and now you can visit the Eiffel Tower. A baguette boy cut the elevator lines and you must climb all 1665 steps by foot. You want to defeat the best and strongest army in the world as a minor country. You have almost no men, but you look for solutions in ancient Roman scrolls. You find a way to better and modernize it for centuries to come. You win against all odds and your tactics get given a name. Dutch discipline. Your formation tactics get used for more than 350 years, revolutionizing war all over the world. Some Canadian guy waking up to a commotion on December 6, 1917. Chiang Kai-shek, when his generals win multiple battles. Yeah, I am going to need you to go on house arrest this Saturday. North Korea after banning Chinese words. Me think, why waste time say lot word, when few word do trick? Steve Jobs parking his untagged car across 2 handicapped spots. That will do. There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Being considered pioneers in their field despite getting so much wrong. Herodotus, Sigmund Freud, wider America. Gee, I sure am glad the oil embargo is over and prices are coming back down. Now we can look forward to the coming economic recovery. Texans. We took out massive loans to buy new oil extraction equipment that is now worthless, and the price of oil will not stop falling. Please help us. A Chinese destroyer exploding and sinking at port. A sailor dumping his girlfriend. POV. You just finished to read about the Battle of Philippi, 42 BC. What the hell was that? Antigonus II Mattathias, Hyrcanus II, the Parthian and Pompeian soldiers. Can't say I blame the guy for killing as many people as he did. I mean, I too would want to kill everyone if my nose was that big. Balkan wars happen. Muslim minorities. We're all gonna die. Mao passes on mangoes he didn't want. Chinese people. Your Majesty the Queen. Where is the king? Oh, Pharaoh? He's off in the river spreading seeds. He has a papyrus drawing of me for inspiration. The Confederacy lost a war to the Union. The Confederates stupidly started a war they couldn't win. Lost causers. Zambian President Kenneth Kaunda in 1980. Be like United States. No, we will not sell you Zambia weapons. Haha, Soviet fighter jets go boom. USA, Soviet Union. Country unsure if it's capitalist or communist. You promised not to tell. Hitler promised not to invade Czechoslovakia, Jeremy. Welcome to the real world. British General Howe lost his precious dog. American soldiers wants to keep the pet to taunt them tea lovers. American General Washington No. England legislatures in 1872. Let's make it illegal to get drunk in a pub. Your average English Joe if they get disturbed with their beer in a pub. Rescuers. At best, we can only save 2 people. John Stark proceeds to save the 9 other people from deep snow. Today, I can sleep past 8 p.m. Motherfuckers in England when the church bells rung in 8 p.m. How the Romans saw the Celts. How the Celts saw themselves. France. The world. Language. Magician. Guesses your card correctly. People in the 1200s. So, let us learn how to tie a noose. The Tatars are struck with a plague and will soon end the siege. They start catapulting the plague-ridden corpses into the city, surviving 2 nukes. Tsutomu Yamaguchi, USS Nevada. 19th century anthropologists be like, I am here to learn about ethnics. Most countries is animal fights. Oh wow, 2 deers are fighting, this is exciting. Siberians. Hell yeah, boys. Come here, the tigers and bear are throwing paws again. Herod Archelaus, Edward VIII. Abdicating their thrones to get married and live in exile. Jews never faced persecution by Hindus. Neither are there any records of Hindus facing persecution at the hands of Jews. Hindus. I visit some beehives in Brazil that have weird nets on them. I decide the nets are inhumane and placed by meanies, so I remove them. I have introduced Africanized honeybees to the Americas. Nicknames in the first half of the 20th century. T-Bone, Lead Belly, Blind Boy, Muddy Waters, Blind Lemon, Big Mama, Howlin' Wolf. Nicknames now. Honey, Pumpkin, Sweetie. A federally mandated age of consent of 18. Delaware's age of consent in 1880. So let me get this straight. You are Muslim and you think the Crusades were justified? I do, and I am tired of pretending it is not. It belongs to the Palestinian Arabs since 1920. No, it belongs to Israeli Jews since 1948. It belongs to the Roman citizens of Palestina since 33 BC Tito. Bismarck, successfully forging an authoritarian federal state that prospers under your direction, but collapses into chaos within a generation after your death. Who would win? Fully armored crusaders. A few random peasants with gardening tools. Plow. Devil. This motherfucker. Carthage was Rome's greatest enemy. The Persians. 700 years of near-perpetual conflict. Ended only with the rise of Islam. The Vietnam War was good, and military intervention was justified. The Vietnam War was bad, and it was France's fault. Emperor Alexios V Ducas. There seems to be a misunderstanding here. We are Christian. Norman, Frankish, and Venetian crusaders. You are Christian. Okay. Well, what kind of Christians are you? Goring fleeing from the Allied forces. Chicago PD when they see Fred Hampton and his pregnant wife asleep in bed. Communist detected on American soil. Lethal force engaged. Protest for peace. Stay in bed all week. John Lennon and Yoko Ono. How Western weebs see samurai. How Japanese peasants saw samurai, making the name Kamehameha famous. The first ruler of a unified Hawaii. Akira Toriyama. If I had a nickel for every time a Brazilian president has died in an aviation accident, I would have 2 nickels. Which is not a lot, but it is weird that it happened twice. Victoria. British and Indians are equal, so that was a fucking lie. The NKVD. Leon Trotsky living his life with Frida Kahlo in Mexico. How Hollywood feels after making a song with an Indian sitar and Armenian duduk with Arabic vocals for a movie set in ancient Egypt.